Y'all was Gucci.
Today I have the SmarTab 7-inch tablet available for $28 on Black Friday at Walmart. This looks like your typical budget 7-inch tablet with a plastic build, a small speaker on one side that gets fairly loud, and front and rear cameras that are actually pretty decent. They're both 2 megapixels and acceptable to use for Skype or video calling. The rest of the ports and buttons are located on one side with the power button, headphone jack, micro USB port, volume controls, and underneath is a micro SD card slot and a reset button. Out of the box, you'll have about 11 gigs of storage available. The screen resolution is 1024x600 that may not feel too pixelated, and you can still watch videos in HD 720p. Another good thing is that it's an IPS screen, which means you won't have a problem with colors getting washed out when you tilt the screen, which is really nice. It gets fairly bright, but not enough to use outside in sunlight. This is the first 7-inch tablet under $50 that I've used that's running a newer Android Nougat 7 instead of Android 6.0 Marshmallow. One of the most notable features is the ability to multitask or have 2 apps open at once, even though it may be slowing down a lot. This tablet is packed with an ARM v7 quad-core processor with a Mali 400MP and 1GB of RAM. On the Antutu benchmark, this gets a score of just under 20,000, and on the Geekbench multi-score, it's around 500, which is a bit low. There are times when I'm browsing the web or changing the settings on a video and the screen would just freeze or stutter. I tested out a few games like Fruit Ninja, Monster Dash, and Sonic Boom. You'll quickly notice that it doesn't have a smooth frame rate, but surprisingly none of the games crashed. For me, Fruit Ninja and Monster Dash were unplayable because it just felt too slow. In terms of battery life, this tablet has a 2500 mAh battery and it didn't last too long. I didn't test it out too thoroughly though, but I believe I got about 2 to 3 hours of on-screen time before it died, which could last you half the day or even the whole day, depending on how you use it. This is actually a bad tablet at $50, but for $28, this may just be enough if you're looking for the cheapest thing on the market for video consumption on YouTube or light web browsing if you can deal with the slowdown. That's pretty much all this tablet has going for it at the price. Even though you can play games, most of the ones I tested were just slow and choppy to the point where it felt unplayable. I'd rather recommend taking a look at the Kindle Fire 7 tablet for Black Friday, since it'll be around the same price. If you're willing to pay a little more for better performance, I'd also recommend checking out the Nook 7-inch tablet. I'll have my video for that down below. Leave a like if you found this video helpful and subscribe if you want to see more stuff on cheap tech.